everyone. Back for day 8, pizza bingo. Not pizza bingo. That's my life, pizza bingo. I don't know if you heard me say before, but I am one of the co-chairs for Pizza Bingo at my son's elementary school, along with my friend Julie. And so I've got Pizza Bingo on the brain. It's coming up beginning of April. So we're actually back for day 8 of Embroidery Bingo, the other bingo in my life. Bonnie's here with me today.
Hello, everyone.
We had our meeting today. All right. We're getting ready for, we teach a class through our Parks and Rec department, and for 8 to 12-year-olds, and that starts on February 28th, which we're super excited about. So we're just prepping for that class today, getting all our supplies ready, which is super exciting. We have 12 people joining us this time, and our kids are also helpers in the class, and we pay them and they work very hard, so it's really fun. All right, so big news for anyone who might have missed it yesterday. We had 2 people get bingo with the satin stitch. We did send out an email earlier today with that info, but if you haven't read your email yet, Maddie and Andy both got bingo, which is so fun. And so we have some exciting news that was also in the email, so you might be like, yeah, I know this already, but just in case you haven't read your email, we were having so much fun watching people try to win, so we decided to extend the fun. So we have a new game with a prize, so now you're going to try to get bingo around the border of your bingo card. So you got to get 5 in a row, this way, this way, this way, and this way. So we'll see how long that takes. All right, so I'm going to pick today's stitch. Hopefully it's not something linear. It seems like it's like all I'm getting. Oh, one fell on the floor. I'll do that one. Oh my god, you guys! Backstitch!
Oh, it's linear!
What the heck? Yes, all right, we're doing backstitch and variations. Okay. Yay! All right. Someday I'll get something that's not linear. I do like linear stitches, but I don't want to get all of them. Okay. Whoops. All right. So for the backstitch. The backstitch is a really useful stitch. That would have gotten you bingo, Karen. Oh, too bad. Well, hopefully it's on the edge of your card, and you can use it for postage stamp bingo, which is actually what that's called. All right, so let's take. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Okay, so let's take a look at the bingo card. So if your let's see, if your card. All right. Let me find mine first.
Eileen said that would have given her bingo too.
Oh, Eileen. That satin stitch beat you to it. Oh, okay, backstitch right here. All right, I have an empty box. So I'll be stitching in an empty box. So by now you should know what to do if you've got an empty box. You can do whatever you want, or you can follow the grid line. So, that's up to you. You can, with the backstitch, you can change colors. If you're in a box that has a lot of different colors, you could do like we did with all of the other linear stitches that I've done with you. So you could, follow the pattern or follow the design or just do whatever you want. I love Liz's with the stem. She did a really pretty tree. And who was it that did the kind of like meandering thing? Oh. That was really cool. So anyway, someone with a coastal did a really nice job with a like meandering line of some kind of linear stitch. So Eileen got bingo with that. Yes.
And Laura too.
Oh, and Laura too. Well, you get props for getting bingo. Good job. We're very happy for you. All right, so let's go with the backstitch. Okay, oh, and a couple variations if you need to take off. You can do what we did with the running stitch, and you can also whip and thread the back stitch as well. I really like to do that for lettering. That's my preferred lettering stitch, is a whipped back stitch. It makes a really nice clean line. So, all right, but for anyone who needs a refresher or doesn't know the back stitch, we can take a look at it now. So for the purposes of the demo, I'm going to use 6 strands, but you can do the back stitch in any number of strands you want. You know, it just depends on the look of the line that you're trying to do. Okay, for anyone who just joined, we're doing back stitch. So to do the back stitch, you come up from the back with your knotted. I'm gonna kind of go in between here. Okay. All right, so you come up, and now if you are right-handed, it is convenient to work from left to right. If you are left-handed, it's convenient to work from right to left, but you don't need, sorry, I said that wrong. If you're right-handed, it's convenient to work from right to left. If you are left-handed, you can work from left to right. It doesn't matter though. You can do whatever is most, whatever's the most comfortable for you. It really doesn't matter. Actually, I mean, I could even just do it this way. So you do you, like we always say. All right, so I'm going to make my first stitch. I'm actually gonna come out of here. Sorry, guys. Just have like a design vision for this sample. No. I just want to go in between there, and I don't want my hardware in the way. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. Oh my gosh. I'm just totally spacing on which direction I like to work. I guess I'm working left to right, which is funny because I actually think I prefer working right to left. Okay, so you make a stitch and then you come up a stitch length away and then you go back down right at the end of that. Now, if you split it, you would be doing this split back stitch, but we're not going to split it. We're going to just go in right where we came out. And this is a stitch where being precise is, kind of important if you want a really continuous line. So if you go right back in where you came out, you're going to end up with a really nice continuous line. If you don't, then you're going to have a tiny, tiny little gap right here, and then it will interrupt the line. Now, you could do the back stitch and have it look like a running stitch if you wanted, but it uses a lot of extra thread, so just something to keep in mind. All right, so we just come up and go back down. Now you can do this with the sewing method, which I would actually prefer to do in the other direction. So I'm going to make another line. Kind of overlap it. Come up like this. Make my first stitch. Come up again. Okay. So now I like to start, even though I'm using the sewing method, I like to start my line of backstitch with a poke and pull first stitch. That's just how I prefer to do it, but you don't have to do it that way. So I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to use my finger on the back and poke it back up. And there's a nice way to check to see if your stitch lengths are going to be the same. And like I said before, when you do the back stitch, it is nice to be really precise. So this, if you hold your working thread at a perpendicular, a 90-degree angle to the to your needle, then you'll be able to tell, is there the same amount of fabric on this side and this side? And I can see that this side is actually a little bit bigger than this side, so I'm going to back up a little bit. Like that. That's a little better. Okay. And you pull it through. Now that's if you're just going for really precise work. If you don't care, then just have at it and just, be an ish kind of stitcher. I guess today I'm going for precise. So, okay. So this is the sewing method. Just do one more. There we have it. Okay. And then to finish, you just go down on that last stitch. Okay. Now, if you want, you can whip and thread that, which is just like the back stitch. You know, in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that today, but you know, to whip it, you go underneath each one and around and around and around. To thread it, you weave it in back and forth like that. And then you can come back and double thread it if you want, going in the opposite direction. And you can refer to the running stitch square or the running stitch video if you want a review on how to do that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this in my hoop. I like how you have some yellow in there for your star stitch, Bonnie. I think I might, maybe I'll whip my back stitch with some yellow. Also, I really loved that. Oh, I didn't bring a pen down.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. I was going to draw a squiggle, but maybe I'll just freehand squiggle.
I can run up and grab one. You want me to get one?
Nah, that's okay. Bonnie and I are just discussing. I forgot to bring a pen down with me, so I was going to do I was going to draw out a squiggle, but I think I'll just freehand it. So here I go. How's everybody doing today? Did you guys stay up and watch the football game yesterday? Yeah, Bonnie and I were. I was laughing at her, how she said that she couldn't believe that they had scheduled the football during our live, which I totally agree. I grew up a baseball fan, and I just never quite figured out how to watch football. My husband has explained the rules to me many times, and I think I just don't care enough. So.
I'm just kidding. I don't care either. I like the commercials.
Yeah, I like those too. So we tried to watch the halftime, and so we don't have cable, but my mother-in-law does. So we borrowed her NBC login, and I don't really like that. We borrowed her NBC login so that we could, watch the game. And so I was like, oh, okay, you guys, let's go down and watch the halftime show. And we went down and we're like, oh, they're still playing. Okay, so we just sat there and watched them playing for another 10 or 15 minutes, I guess. And then Bonnie was saying halftime is over. I said, no, it's not. They're still playing. So then we X'd out of the app, or, we closed the app and then opened it up again. Turned out there was like a 10 or 12 minute delay on our app. And so when we went back to live TV, it said, thank you for joining us for our halftime show. So the delay was exactly the length of the halftime show. So we saw none of it.
Oh.
I know. I only watched the halftime show. I have no interest in either team. Yeah. Yeah, if the Patriots were playing, I think I would have a little bit more interest, just because I grew up in Massachusetts, and I don't know. I think you're supposed to like the team that you grow up near. So.
Is that a hard, fast rule?
No, but if it is a rule, I'd probably try to follow it. So. Anyway. I was just telling Bonnie this story. My sister-in-law was walking down the street, yesterday. She was walking down the street with her daughter, my niece, and this older gentleman approached them, and she said they just had kind of a weird conversation, and then he insisted on giving my niece a $50 bill, and so they took it. And then my sister-in-law called the police, not on him, but just to, let them know that had happened in case he needed help. And so it turns out that he's known by the police in town, and he has Parkinson's. And yesterday he spent the day walking around town and handed out $2,000 worth of money to people that he came across at gas stations and walking down the street. And then he asked the police. He actually contacted the police and said he needed help, and so they were able to provide some help for him. So Snoop. Oh, was his outfit interesting?
Well, it needed embroidery.
Ah. So anyway, my niece is $50 richer. Thanks to that guy.
It's good he asked for help.
I know. I love that he asked for help. Remember we were talking about that the other day? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I don't know what kind of shape this is turning into, but it's... Oh, it looks a little bit like a dog's profile. Maybe I'll give it a little ear. You guys excited that we're not ending the bingo fun? I'm excited that we're not ending it.
You're the most excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, you guys. I can't wait to see who gets postage stamp bingo.
That's a lot to stitch, actually.
It is
That's
a
a
lot.
lot to get.
It is. Now I'm not sure how I feel about my weird dog face, but oh well, whatever.
Like a wolf. Yay, Karen's excited to keep playing.
Yay, good.
Well, remember, everyone gets the raffle.
Mm-hmm.
You keep playing, you get the raffle too.
Yeah, so you might as well keep stitching.
Spooks thought it was a heart.
Oh, then I went another way with it. Yeah, I went into the weird dog face profile direction. Yep. I kind of started out with no plan, and then I don't know, grabbed onto this interesting plan. So I'll probably add more to it later. Okay, now I'm gonna whip it. Do do do. Oh, you guys almost got me to sing for you. I remember when I was little I probably actually remember when that album came out, or at least I remember when my dad bought it. And oh, I just loved that song. I loved Devo. I don't know how old I was. Anybody know what year that came out? I don't want to date myself too much. But I was most definitely alive when that song came out. And alive enough to remember.
Funky hats, right?
Yes, they look like pots, like terracotta plant pots.
like a lampshade.
Yes, lampshade / terracotta pot.
Oh, that song stuck in my head.
Whip it into shape. Move forward.
I want to hear you
Go
sing
ahead.
Snoop.
Is that Snoop? What song does I'm so bad at remembering. Apparently I remember Devo, but I think
Devo's the 80s. Snoop's
yeah.
Spooks.
Yeah. Snoop is, wait, Snoop is on our call? All right. So I was busy listening to 90s alternative rock when all that kind of stuff was like out, popular.
Like Snoop and Snoop got together. You know how they make those names for the couples?
Yes, like a portmanteau, but for people's names. Yes.
Oh, so sorry, Skooks.
By the way, Skooks Playground, I'm just gonna, all right, hey, I want to show you guys something. I am going to change directions while I'm whipping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and then I'm going to come back out because I don't want it when I come, if I didn't, then it might end up with like the yellow going across here and I don't want that look. So I'm just going to go in and then come back out right near there. So I was just about to admit something. Was that so So we don't know everyone's names based on their Instagram profile. We just have like the list of everyone who registered for bingo. So we like sometimes we have to call people by their Instagram names. So Skook's Playground, we don't know who you are. And I don't know if I want you to tell us.
Why?
Because it's fun. It's fun not knowing.
You know what I tried to do?
Mm.
I was trying to look at Skook's pictures of
Oh,
number
Bunny,
had,
so clever.
Our list, but I couldn't tell.
You would have had to put too much effort into it. Yeah. It's like we're detectives. Okay. All right. So there you have a weird dog profile that's been whipped with yellow on a green backstitch. So I'm oddly anonymous on the internet. She's not going to tell us. All right. Great. I love it. Well, I think there's 45 people playing bingo, so we have a 1 in 45 chance. And, well, we know a few people, so. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow I will be back at noon Eastern, and we'll pull another stitch. Hopefully it's on the border. Oh, hey, mine was on the border. Maybe we'll win bingo, Bonnie. Okay, we'll call you Skooks. Good, that's what we call you behind the scenes, so. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Of the one I just made, again,